Super on the grid and under lights here in Sydney. It feels like a new age of supercars is about to begin, and it starts with the BRT boys. And a great start from Aaron Cameron. Can he cover his teammate off? He can. They will never have a better chance to win a supercars race than right now.
James Golding just crept a little bit before the start of the race, but he was able to get the car stopped, so I think he'll be okay with that. Brock Feeney got around the outside of Matt Payne as well. Brown now finds himself on the outside at turn 2 as the rest of the field files through.
Look for the headlights. And look for these amazing camera angles in glorious 4K from the top of Brock Feeney to plunge down the hill. Perfect start for Aaron Cameron. He led the first lap of the last race of last year, and he leads the first lap so far of 2026. He's found something. The late part of last year, he was ignited at the Bathurst 1000. He showed a new side of himself. He's got confidence as Will Brown goes down the inside of the driver who dominated here last year.
Someone is coming to the lane, and I think it's one of the Erebus. Yes, it's Cooper Murray, and he was jiggling the steering left to right as he left the final corner and made his way to pit lane. So you can see there again, so potential damage on the 99 Total Energies Camaro from Erebus for Cooper Murray. Talk about under a bit of pain right now. Here's Zach Bates getting a welcome to the main game from Brody Kostecki.
Wow, that was a shot in the right rear, and it pushed them. And if they do, check this out.
Beautiful, mate.
Mark Dutton on the radio car controller.
Rears are done. Make sure you got a gear. Standing by. Clear, clear, clear.
I mean, come on, that is as good as it gets in pit lane. And the time as they get out of this one, 7.2 seconds. And it is. He's got company as well, Will Brown, Cam Waters. They will be very nervous mechanics with rattle guns in their hands. And I think the hands are already rattling. Hit the marks. Rears first.
A little bit long in the box. A little bit slow on the rear.
Now the rejoin to be tight. And did he have to check up? No, he's got a clear run out of pit lane. Watch for Feeney on the left-hand side. At Tickford they go for 4 as well.
Go behind, stop.
They'll have to wait a moment.
Hold the
Brown
line,
looks to be doing 4 as well. Here comes Feeney, race for the leaders on.
Got him.
And that is the difference in pit lane.
By a lot, too. Don't forget Aaron Cameron needs to get his tyre up to temperature. This is Feeney's first, he just finished his first lap on that tyre. So a great outlap, good pit stop and a great outlap. And that enabled the guys to go to work and get done what they needed to get done. But now Waters is going to get by. He stopped early. Now where does Payne come out? Just in front of Will Brown. Now Will Brown's going to try and turn up the inside, do what Ojeda did. Payne needs to stop him.
Left him half a car. And that was all the invite that Will Brown needed. Just shoved him out of the way.
So Brown will be awake to the trick that he used. So a bit of return serve here from Payne, and then another side swipe, side-to-side contact, and Payne come on through. Total failure, so shame for Cooper Murray. Here's Anton Di Pasquale just trying to get up the inside at the final corner at turn 11, and does get the run off the final corner on Will Brown. So this is the battle, 6th versus 7th, and you can see them separate, trying to get away from each other, not trying to give each other a side draft, but Di Pasquale will claim the high ground and take turn 1 in 6th. You would have noted these 3 cars, as they exited turn 5 on this lap, they all started to run a little bit wider and a little bit wider, using more and more exit, more and more of that concrete apron on the exit of turn 5. They do the same here at the exit of turn 8. Oh, Golding's got to run the inside. Contact there. So Waters was super wide, and now Golding's got through. That was a great move. That came from nowhere. So whilst I was explaining, Waters isn't done with this, but it gets a big tank slapper up off the curb at turn 10, and he's unable to get the run up the inside. Golding, with those fresher tyres, you'd expect to see him drive off up the road here. And now Matt Payne turns his attention to the rear bumper of... You can see him in the rear vision mirror. Look at the top of the screen. The headlights are on.
It's so menacing. All over him. Watch him in the inside at 2.
So you'll see the headlights. He's right on him. He dives to the inside. We can see it from the mirrors.
That was cool. Oh, and there's another run between these two now. Final time round. Brock Feeney has got about 3 Ks home from here at turn 2. 2.3 seconds in his pocket. He's going to break the hearts of the Blanchard Racing team, but a double podium potentially on the cards for them today.
And this one's a whole lot more than just another stat, I feel like, for Brock Feeney. There's a fair statement in this one.
What a moment this is for Brock Feeney as he slides his way out of the last corner.
Yeah!
He puts Adelaide in his rearview mirror, and it's all eyes forward for 2026.
Thanks to the
Brock
team for
Feeney's
the
on the
awesome
board.
stop. And you are a legend. What a statement.
Double podium from the front row lockout for the Blanchard Racing team. It's still their best ever performance. And he is going to take some serious beating again this year. And they did it with strategy, they did it with speed, and they did it with a quick pit stop once again. 4 tyres. And it's the Blue Oval Brigade on the podium today. Great result. Aaron Cameron, James Golding for Liquid Moly Blast Racing and for Cool Drive. That's huge for them. That is absolutely massive. They were literally last year, and now they are literally first. You can't even make it up. And for Matt Payne, a solid start to his campaign again. 4th in this race last year, 4th today. Cam Waters not quite with the pace that he had here last year. Top Chevy is Anton Di Pasquale. And the top Toyota is Andre Heimgartner. Chaz Mostert starts his campaign with a 15th. They've got some work to do, no doubt. Ditto that his teammate Ryan Wood had a bit of a vibration and a real tough day. Lights on, red lights off. Even start in the front row. Wood struggled to get his super going. He's going to get mobbed down here at turn 1. He covers off Randall as these two go door banging through turn 1. Have a look at this. On the outside, Kostecki hanging there. Oh, we got drama in the background. The objective Mustang was off, and that was Jackson Walls in the dust. So it sounds like Declan Fraser's picked up a lot.
Bit going on here.
Oh, heel out wide and contact. These two were into it at Ipswich last year in his first meeting for Zach Bates. Have a look at this. 6 or 7 cars in this shot. And that was Ojeda who picked him up. The boy from Penrith slides through a few spots. He picked up the lap record last night. Man, that was crazy stuff. The exit of 5, and there's more going on. The dirt and debris goes flying through Corporate Hill.
So this is the battle from 14th to 23rd.
Oh.
And it's like the World Championship on lap 3 of this one as they all go at it. Oh no, we've got to stop.
Oh dear, and it looks like there's a bit of a trail behind it. I saw Andre's name plummeting down the list, and I could see him pulled up on our GPS system. And this is a real shame after a really solid performance inside the top 10 last night.
It's a little too cautious.
Too cautious.
That is a little obvious cautious.
Now, who was that?
I don't know.
Was that Triple H?
Might have a little answer for there.
Now, first time we've seen the new churns back again. We haven't seen them since Ipswich last year. Tiny little stack there for Golding. In comes Payne. There's a process to getting these BP fuel churns in as well. Oh, and that is not it. That took 3 or 4 attempts.
So they don't need to get a whole lot of fuel on. They're slow on the tyres as well. So,
but going to get some track position anyway. What's happened to Brody Kostecki in all this? Where's Brody? Here he is now. He's lost 3 or 4 spots. Ryan Wood jumps out of the lane. Will Brown with a bit of a stack. Here's Chaz Mostert going to work.
Watch your hose, watch your hose.
It is a hectic pit lane. Oh, and contact.
Okay, mate, go.
Feeney and Golding right at the exit. Oh boy, there's a lot to unpack here, boys.
There's a bit going on here. I'll answer your first question first. Our timing screen showing Brody Kostecki as a 15-second stop versus Matt Payne, an 8-second stop. There's communication issues going on here. Who's got right away? There's a wheel off Jaden Ojeda's car, it looks to me.
Rihanna.
Yeah, it was Jaden Ojeda. The team was screaming, but the car had already left, so the wheel has parted ways with that car, and he's stuck in the fast lane.
Speaking of on his bumper, it's the Penrite car all over the back of Anton. He wants the overlap. They're all chasing each other over the left-hand side. This is crazy. Oh, the wait, it's finally over as Di Pasquale lights it up. They're all in the junk. Look at all the marbles flying around in the background. Frantic restart this one.
Feeney's up the inside of Ryan Wood. If you look to the top of the screen and he gets it done, James Golding's going to try and come through. They make contact at turn 1. And now they're rubbing bodywork. There's all sorts going on. That was a really messy restart. It looks like Anton's bowled a wide. Brody's trying to go around the outside at turn 2. They have kicked off. Now, Ryland Gray's getting hustled by Cooper Murray. He's trying to get up the inside here. Gray shuts that down, just leaves a little bit of room there for Cooper Murray.
Stewards have imposed a 15-second time penalty to car 88 for an unsafe release.
Wow, championship leader after yesterday, race 1 winner, 15 seconds for Brock Feeney. And check this out through turn 1 on the outside. Can he hang there? It's Gray. Out in the grey and hangs on. Wow, that was pretty decisive stuff. Wood will try and set up the flip flop and nails it.
Oh, he's going to get 2.
He's just got the overlap at 7, Reynolds. Big contact. And somehow they hold on to it. Leaning on each other, Allen's pushed out wide from Mostert. They were in the championship for last, and he fights back 3 wide for a moment. Reynolds to the inside. This is the supercars we love.
It's not done.
Check the push and shove. The second youngest up against the oldest right now.
And this is our first of our real front runners going super aggressive with an early stop.
And Reynolds will take this opportunity to come in as well. So Payne, Reynolds and Brown. Brown will serve that penalty. So this will be a long pole for him. There goes the Penrite racing car. Nicely out of that second last pit bay. Don't need to rush the Dunlop tyres. You've got plenty of BP fuel to go in. That looks very calm, the Snow Rivers team. They're all going to jump well with that pit stop procedure. And the wait begins. This is your race for the lead right now. And it's going to happen in pit lane. In comes Ryan Wood. He brings Kai Allen with him.
So Di Pasquale in pit lane, and this is to cover off Matt Payne. The gap between Di Pasquale and Matt Payne was 2 seconds. And we saw last night in the Friday night sprint race that 2 seconds was enough to get past with a really efficient outlap. So it's going to be critical for this team to have a fast pit stop for Anton to launch out of the lane nicely and to get up to speed quickly.
Remember these Chevs, you've talked about it already this week. They've had a slight bobble coming out of the lane as well to watch out for. And here comes Matt Payne at full speed as Anton tries to get going out of the pit exit. And that Chev looks cool under lights here tonight. And he's going to retain the lead as the fight is on here between Reynolds. Up the inside of Cameron. There's a rub, and he's got the overlap, and he goes on through. And that was around Corporate Hill. Here we go, Waters, keen to make a move tonight. Slices down the inside of that Supra.
So that's two spots in 1 lap. Remember we said doesn't tend to be too patient as Cam Waters. Very decisive the way that he passes cars. Turns up to the rear bumper and just makes it happen straight away. Does not give the leading car a chance to position themselves.
Whoa,
Waters.
Cameron sliding around. So here goes Cameron on Cameron. It's Cameron Waters on Aaron Cameron. Didn't even need to use up the track limits that time, just cruised on by with that rear tyre life. Hung him out to dry for a moment, and he's through. All 3 of those cars now in his mirror.
Took exactly a lap and a half to get all that done. So very efficient work from Cam Waters.
Yeah, as they set him up in the last corner and just dives onto that curb. Uses up the door, and he'll lose another one here. Surely Kai Allen's got the run.
Yep, Kai Allen now gets up alongside Aaron Cameron, gets a side draft off Aaron Cameron and a traditional draft off Ryan Wood, and he'll sneak on by Aaron Cameron. So both Wood and Kai Allen up a spot. Kostecki continuing to close that gap.
And just in case you needed another little storyline, here comes Feeney on Wood. We've been talking it up.
Ryan Wood did not open up the mid-corner at turn 2. And Brock Feeney just rests the front bumper on the rear bumper of Ryan Wood. So Feeney, does he have a look up the inside here? No, Wood closes that off. So now what Feeney's going to try and do is switch back on the exit of turn 5 and get the run up the hill, down into turn 6. They're going to bump panels again, are they? Feeney.
That's on.
Just escorts Ryan Wood a little bit wide.
Is he going to get there? 3/10 on that last lap. He needs to find a whole second and move that DeWalt Chev out of the way. Final lap of the motor race.
Only 2/10 of a second faster that time for Brodie Kostecki. So Anton Di Pasquale, whilst we've been talking about the rate at which Brodie Kostecki closes in, but Anton Di Pasquale on 6-lap older tyres has driven masterfully, and we were well amazed at the speed of this car at the end of last night's race. He wasn't in the top podium positions, but we saw the speed it had deep in the race. And Anton De Pasquale has done it again. Brodie Kostecki using all of the track limits on the exit of turn 5. He's going to get right to the rear bumper. Is this going to be one of those runs to the line like we saw last year with Brock Feeney and Cam Waters?
The gap is down to half a second. He needs to be perfect from here. The headlights are on for Brodie Kostecki. If he can just get to that rear bumper into the last sector, the gap, it's getting closer. Anton looking for victory for Team 18. Can he stand up this year and be the golden boy for Chevrolet and for Team 18? And what a start this is going to be for them. The new relationship, that responsibility of flying the flag for Chevrolet. He's got to do it. He's got him covered. The run to the flag, it's close. Nearly as close as last year. Anton De Pasquale holds his nerve in Sydney. Anton De Pasquale, get in there. From Brodie Kostecki. And Ford's reign here at Sydney Motorsport Park comes to an end at the hands of a Sydney Motorsport Park master by just 0.3 of a second, pushed all the way by Brodie Kostecki. Matt Payne, he's in this championship fight. He'll move to second here. Green flag at the back. Supercars action. A scorcher here in Sydney. It's the opening round of 2026. Kai Allen for the first time on the front row. Can he duke it out with one of the very best? He's got the jump. He tries to crowd Brock Feeney over. They push and shove and he leans on him, but he hasn't got the inside run through turn 1. But they'll go side by side and more contact through the mid-corner. A couple of young guys going at it.
Kai Allen tried desperately to get the inside line at turn 1. Brock Feeney was not having it. They continue to bump. They're still side by side. Finally, Brock Feeney takes the high ground. Kai Allen settles in to second. James Golding into third. And the usual rough and tumble of the mid-pack continues as we watch them dive down into turn 4.
Matt Payne was down the inside of Will Brown, and that's still going on. That's LeBrock out wide. He picked up 15 spots in last night's race. Was a real star of the show. And Payne's out wide here. And that was courtesy of Will Brown. He has to cover Aaron Cameron. Kostecki around the outside.
So Kostecki coming out of grid position 11, made a mistake in qualifying. That's a great move around the outside, keeping that momentum up and gets past Randall. So Kostecki up 2 spots already on this opening lap.
And it's tight down here at turn 8. It's the Supra. Down the inside, it's Chaz Mostert. They're queued up at the moment behind the Objective Mustang. Pretty clean so far, Mark.
Very clean, except just as you said that, there's a bit of contact between Reynolds and Heimgartner. So, very clean start. Brock did a really good job. That launch that he did to maintain position and just open the wheel up. That's a bit of a new Brock Feeney, I think. He wouldn't have done that last year. He's a bit more aggressive.
He did say coming into this weekend he was not going to be pushed around. Bates and Randall were side by side through turn 1. Now, this is a big ask for Zach Bates today. Can he stay with the leaders? He's been so good in qualifying, but he's just been getting his ears boxed in, Gar.
He certainly has. So this is a much stronger first lap for Zach Bates. Talking about strong first laps, have a look at Ryan Wood and Cam Waters. They're both up 6 spots on the opening lap. So they starting deep in the field, making a bit of hay while the sun shines and the field's condensed. Now let's have a check out James Golding right on the rear bumper of Kai Allen, but Golding turns in with too much speed, loses the rear and slides the rear tyre at turn 5.
Oh, this is tight as well. A couple of young guys were fighting further back, and David Reynolds finds his way in the middle of this, and have a look at how many spots they're losing. As a result, Reynolds still on the outside, and it's tagged, and he's around. And a couple cars around. Cam Hill facing backwards as well. Rylan Gray, one of our rookies, has to go the long way around all of them. David Reynolds surrounded by kids down there at turn 6.
Brodie Kostecki started 11th up to 7th as well, so he on the rear bumper of Payne. So
Race control
three very
team
fast
stewards have
Mustangs.
imposed a 15-second time penalty to car 38 for a driving infringement.
So Rylan Gray picks up his first penalty from race control as a Supercars driver. I thought I saw something in the front air dam of this car when it was coming past, and
so no doubt at Red Bull Ampol Racing they'll be right on the telemetry and getting an understanding of the water temperature, oil temperature for this car, because that's significant blockage. And you do not need a lot of blockage in these cars for the water temperature to skyrocket.
This might change their strategy because you'll have to get the car in, get the car controller to get to the front of the car, pull it out. That's
Engine
temps going up. Just there was a paper bag before flying around, so make sure I didn't get that.
Yeah, mate, you did get it stuck in the grill.
Might have had to get his hands dirty.
Oh, here we go.
Early part, he's going to slip down the inside at 2. Does Randall fight it back? He does not. Covers off LeBrock as well. So, wow. That Monster Energy Mustang, it is marching forward.
Oh, now Randall defends hard from Jack LeBrock down into turn 4. So Randall just struggling for a bit of pace at this stage. And that's even more. Here we go. LeBrock sends it at turn 5. And does he get it done when they pop out the other side? Yes, he does. So that's a nice surprise move. Here we go. Randall's trying to look back at the inside, but LeBrock's away to that one. This is super early, lap 12. So Payne and Ojeda in the lane. Ojeda was one of the early stoppers last night. And you're right, Chad, they do like rolling the dice at Penrite, but if you're going to split the race evenly into 3, it's 17 laps, and 18 laps for the run home. But the beauty of the work that Brock Feeney did early is opening that gap, is he's under no threat from an undercut here from Kai Allen.
Do you think, Garth, you would, if you were other competitors to Brock Feeney there, knowing he's got the bag in the front, every time someone pits, it actually helps him because he can just pit to cover and they can get that front out.
Steady speed of 40 kilometres per hour. School zone speeds in pit lane. Tyres done, and there we go from the right front corner.
All covered by the fuel. And back on his way. Here comes Kai Allen.
In a much quieter pit lane than we had in last night's race, trying to get out into the traffic. Penrite racing car, how much ground has it made up? A little, but not enough to be able to get in front.
Oh no,
whoa.
This is, that's had a failure of some description. So this is Job Stewart coming to the lane. Yeah, down on the front. It looks strange, doesn't it?
Closes up.
Oh, I think Payne just lets him go. There's an 8-lap difference in the tyre range, so very different strategies between Penrite Racing and Red Bull Ampol. So, usually, like we saw with Job Stewart, it was the 1 lap, but clearly an issue. And there's the aluminium, and the wheels come away. So Golding trying to get back to the lane, and now this is going to hopefully not roll across the track at the exit of turn 11. Here it comes. So it's losing a bit of momentum.
Oh, it's going to make it
there. It's going to get there, but thankfully it finds...
Well, it might roll back down yet.
So look at the aluminium coming out. Wow. So that does bring out
safety
the
car.
Shannon safety car.
Goodness me. So we had bedlam in the BP pits last night. What have we got here today?
Feeney in. Allen in. Feeney's gone, so Will Brown's okay. So's Kai Allen, he's gone. So Matt Payne's okay. Here comes Will Brown. Here comes Matt Payne.
Able to open up enough of a gap there to be able to sort that out. Di Pasquale's done.
Kostecki could be a winner here. That's him in the fast lane. He's already out. So Kostecki gets around Matt Payne.
Now, would he have lost more stacking or more by going around?
You know, the one that I thought would have stayed out is actually Brodie Kostecki, because he only pitted 6 laps ago. So if you do stay out, you have to have some tyre advantage to hedge your bets, because if it doesn't rain, you have enough tyre, I guess, left to fight and maintain position, or somewhat position. But to see the rain and to miss that first stop for Randall, you're probably committed to staying out in some way. So I'm surprised some took it, some didn't. Rule 101, Feeney had to take it. Race leader, has to take the stop, and everyone kind of follows the leader.
So track is green. Brock Feeney can go at any time he wants, and he goes in the mid-corner of the final corner to get a strong run on to the start.
Here we go. Feeney lights it up. Nice restart from Kyle. He's all over him. He's pushing and shoving just like they were on the first lap. Feeney covers him. How much grip do we have down here at turn 1? Kai Allen wants the outside, and he might just go for the lead. This is going to be an incredible move. Kai Allen, I don't believe it. They touch again. Kai Allen leads this motor race with a move around the outside in the wet at turn 1, but he can't quite stop it down here at turn 2.
No, that's okay, because there's more grip offline at turn 2. What a restart by Kai Allen. No one would have predicted anyone going around the outside of Brock Feeney at turn 1. That is epic.
What a move from this sophomore driver in just his second season. Oh, he got contact in the background, and there goes Di Pasquale, and he's taken Brown. No, it's Feeney, and it is Brown with him. It's the Triple A. Absolutely nailed that car in the right rear. And can they get it moving? Yes.
Feeney's still with the wiper going, but it doesn't really look like it's raining a whole lot right now. Oh, you can hear them in the background. They're coming. There goes Brian Wood. They all run wide. And I think it was Zach Bates at turn 2 that ended up out on the concrete apron. And this is how Brock Feeney got the lead back on the restart lap. Kai Allen just a little bit wide at turn 8. Feeney was able to get up the inside. On board here with Feeney.
We saw in the shootout that turn 8 resurfacing was pretty hard work in the slippery, rainy conditions. Kostecki's got a nice run here.
Yeah. So he got a good run using that drive traction that Mark Winterbottom was talking about. Heading onto the front straight. Side draft past Chaz Mostert in the Supra. Job done. Oh, no, that's Kai Allen.
Kai Allen coming in for surely an unscheduled pit stop. And
oh, no, it's something.
Dramas on the left front.
Yeah.
Was that the smoke I saw, I wonder?
I think so, Chad. Oh, no.
What a shame for Kai Allen. Absolutely boxing on with the race leader. Dramas on this left front. Here we go then, one more time around Sydney Motorsport Park. For Brock Feeney, under pressure in the early parts of this race with the restart. He's got a comfortable 3.3 second lead here. Drive this one back to the checkered flag. Bag his second win for the year.
Oh no, so these two have come together. Something's happened with these two. Aaron Cameron and Brodie Kostecki. That was the battle, 4th and 5th last lap.
Holding down in 24th, what was a big bag of points has gone beckoning.
So what's happened here? So Aaron Cameron was out really wide, trying to square off the exit. On board here with Brodie Kostecki. Kostecki was trying to drive into that hole that Aaron Cameron had left. So we'll leave that one to race control, because no doubt there'll be two sides to that story, as there always is.
What a start it's been for Brock Feeney in this Ford relationship, and the work that Triple Eight have put in across the summer in taking on the responsibility of the Blue Oval once again. He was fast on Friday and he's superb on Sunday, as Feeney is back in a big way in 2026. Rain, hail or shine today at Sydney Motorsport Park. Payne home for second, back-to-back podiums. And I believe, gentlemen, as it stands, even Stevens in the points between Feeney and Payne.
15-second time penalty to car 17 for a driving infringement.
And late onto this one, Brodie Kostecki picks up 15 seconds, which will drop him from 4th off that page. That's a hard one for Shell V-Power Racing to take on the last lap of this race, which will give Toyota their first top 5, actually makes them inside the top 4. So it's a double top 5 there, with Mostert and Ryan Wood both going up. What a good result this was in the end for the team down at Walkinshaw. They have rallied nicely. LeBrock's first of the Chevys here today. Cam Hill inside the top 10 as well. So that's ended up being an incredible result for the Supras. They actually got all 5 inside the top 10. Out of nowhere, Macca Jones and Cam Hill off the back of the field have driven inside the top 10.